Welcome to the VRLY Podcast, the leaders in real estate tech and marketing, with your host, Tyler Irons.
Hey, I'm Jeff Cohn, founder of KW Elite and Elite Real Estate Systems. I'm here with Tyler Irons today, founder of VRLY, and we're super excited to ideate on some topics surrounding tech, specifically in regards to near field communication technology, or NFC. So before we get into the fun of what we have on our desk in front of us, which are NFC stickers and cards and pop sockets, Tyler, where did this idea first start?
That's a great question. So we were, obviously doing R&D all the time for our partners, and we came across what was referred to as NFC Technology, which stands for Near Field Communication. And we started playing with it and ideating on how we could implement this. And one thing led to another, and here we are today, where it's actually in the field and being used by our partners. It's
pretty amazing. It reminds me of the chip that's on our credit cards. A lot of people don't use this feature, but a lot of people are still using that NFC chip, and a lot of people don't know that's what it is, right, on the card, and they'll stick it in the machine. But you can also just tap the screen on a lot of credit card readers. This is no different. Is that right?
Correct. Yep. It's the exact same thing. It's the same technology you're using for your Apple Pay. It's the same technology for like the modern hotel room key.
Yep, exactly. Well, let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with my phone because I think this is the best application. So we have these little stickers. Of course, they can have VRLY on them. They can have a KW logo, whatever our partner wants to use. And you can put the sticker on the exterior of any device, a tablet, a phone, your keys, a key ring. You can put it on a pop socket. I actually have mine inside of my pop socket. And we see a lot of times when you're out and about, especially as a real estate agent, you need to exchange contact information with someone. You want their cell phone number, their website, their Instagram handle, and it's a pain to send them a text message, ask them for their number. You're at an event where there's too much noise in the background. So with an NFC chip, all you have to do, if you have that chip on a sticker or card or in your phone, you raise it up to another iPhone device or iOS device, and you place it on the opposite side of the camera. And that's where there's an NFC reader automatically built in. You don't have to open up an app, and it'll populate a little update or notification on the screen. You click on that notification, and it'll take you to VRLYcard with all of your contact information, and the person that scans it can then upload it into their contacts from their phone.
You got it.
In a nutshell.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Pretty simple.
You're right.
So there's a lot of other uses. In the App Store, I know our users are able to download the NFC writer, and you can write any URL. So if you're having, you want to point people to a specific event, or you want to point people to your office address or to your Google business page. I know we've been pointing people to our Boomtown profiles. You don't have to use the business card application. So maybe the business card's on your pop socket sticker, but maybe you have another sticker that points people to a squeeze page or a recruiting page. Right. Sky's the limit.
Exactly. It's been left open source, so it's up to your own imagination how you want to utilize it into your business, because everybody's business is a little bit different. So that's why we wanted to make sure we left it open for our partners, so that they could implement it the best way possible for them.
Okay. Is there any difference from a tech standpoint? I have a metallic card here with a chip inside. I have a plastic card that I think the whole thing is a chip. And then I have the stickers. Are these all the same thing?
Yes, they're very similar. The only thing that's different is the antennas inside of them. So the strength of the signal that's actually going to push out. So a metal card is typically going to be blocked a little bit from the metal.
Okay.
And then your plastic card is going to have a bigger antenna, and your chip is going to have a smaller antenna, but it's still strong enough. If you tap a phone, it'll open right up.
Okay. And one of the things I've noticed as I've gone around, we've been beta testing this now for over a year, is that on Droid devices, oftentimes NFC has to be turned on. On Apple devices, they're newer, I think, than an 8. It's automatically turned on, just like the QR reader, which we're going to get into that in a different video. With the camera, it's automated already in an Apple device. I will, just as an update or notification to anyone that does have a Droid device, you do need to turn on your NFC reader, and then the reader location is typically in the center of a Droid device, whereas the reader on an Apple device is opposite side of where the cameras are located at the top of the phone.
Correct. Got it.
Did we miss anything?
We could just quickly go over the implementation of it, of how you could utilize it,
okay,
or how we are utilizing it currently.
Yep.
So right now, we see agents also sending these out with the listing presentation to their sellers. So when your sellers get this card in the mail, they can then take it, and when they go out and see their friends or family, they can physically touch their friend's phone, and it'll open up their VRLY with the 3D technology. They just really find it as like a cool tool to showcase what their agent did for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. So on our listing presentations, you're saying we'll let the seller know that after the VRLY has been created of their property, within a couple days, the administrative staff can send them loaded VRLY cards, meaning the NFC card will have been written with that branded VRLY associated with it. So now the seller, when they're out and about and they're at a party and everyone's talking about their house that just went on the market, instead of trying to tell them what website to go to try to find the property, they can just tap the device. They have a fancy card with your company logo on it that takes them to your branded VRLY. And then once the house, I think what's cool is once the house has sold, they'll now still always have that in their records and they could rewrite on it, right?
Correct. Yep. You got it. It's perfect. So, but it's definitely something that's tangible that we've seen, sellers really appreciate and feel like they're getting something that they can showcase.
Cool. The third thing, and I know we talked about it being used as a business card. We've talked about it being used to send to someone. The third way we've seen this being used that we're starting to do is what we call Smart House. And Smart House is a lot like, I remember Houzz, Houzz. You'd go to their website and there'd be tags on things. I know now in Matterport, there's Matter tags that redirect like a YouTube video or something that teaches you more about that particular product. Well, imagine taking a little NFC chip or a card of this size and using double-sided tape and placing it on items throughout a house. So you could showcase a Sub-Zero fridge, and when someone scans it with their NFC reader or QR code reader, and you could have a QR code on it as well, it could point you to that specific item on YouTube, for example. And I see that being the future of showing homes where you are in a physical setting, but you're getting all these extra digital attributes, and you have ways to interact inside that home, much like how you would interact at a theme park or at a museum.
Right. Yep. And it keeps you much more engaged and gives you, all the relevant information that you might want. So, when you go to an open house, you don't want to be followed around. You want to go look around yourself. But if you do have questions now, or you want features pointed out as the agent, you can now showcase those.
Awesome. Anything else NFC related?
I think that covered most of it for right now.
Cool. The thing that I think is so fascinating to me, I think we first started talking about this while I was quarantined in Kauai, Hawaii in early 2020. And when this topic started coming up and we were thinking about all the different ways to utilize this technology, I was actually a little taken aback by our industry and the fact that no one is doing this. I had never heard of an NFC business card. I'd never heard of a smart house. I had never heard of the strategy of mailing this. This all came out of VRLY. This came out of R&D, like you said, research and development, and ideating on this topic to figure out how we can best serve agents and how we can best serve the consumer. So we are definitely cutting edge on this.
Definitely. Yep. But I mean, that's one of our biggest value adds to our partners is that we're constantly doing R&D so that you can implement technology and marketing in real time, years before anybody else has it or is even thinking about having it.
It's fascinating. So I know for all of our partners out there, these products are available to you for cost. Like, we don't make margin on this and it's very inexpensive. We can buy these and create these in bulk for you with your company logo. So you can give them out as Christmas gifts. I know we give them out when agents first join our organization. They get a card, they get a pop socket, they get a sticker. Sky's the limit. You can buy tons of these, and what's neat is they're all programmable. So there's just a little chip in there, and you just use an app. You can find it right now on the Apple App Store under VRLYcard.
VRLY NFC.
All right, VRLY NFC, and it gives you the ability to go in and you can create your profiles and you can write to any link. It doesn't just have to be to a business card like I had said previously. So get in there and check out the app and start using this NFC technology. It's really awesome.
Definitely. And if you have any questions, just reach out to us at VRLY and we'll help you guys out.
All right, cool.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.